The summer, let me tell you something. The summer of Tire Rack Sweepstakes rolling on. On and on and on and on. It's not over. No, we're in August now, and it's heating up. Not only the weather's heating up, but this contest is heating up as well. One winner has already been selected. Can you believe that? We've had one winner already selected for a set of 4 brand spanking new tires. How sweet is that? And now 2 more winners have the opportunity to have their name picked out of the hopper. And you can get a set of 4 brand new tires plus installation. Right? That's included in this. The taxes, the fees, you never bought tires before, they always add those extra things on. All that's covered. Boom! All of it's covered right there. Valued at up to $1,500, depending on which tires you end up with. I recommend the most expensive because it's a contest. If you win the contest, just enjoy them. Have a great time. So, listen, enter daily. Enter right now. Enter tomorrow. Enter the next day. Every single day. 1 new entry per listener. Per day there. You enter the contest, and every single day, you boost your chances to win, and you could be the lucky winner. So, again, 2 more winners will take home a set of 4 brand spanking new tires. You love that smell of rubber. Yeah, you get that. Through August 27th. To enter and get all the rules, regulations, and all that, go to foxsportsradio.com, your new favorite website. foxsportsradio.com, sponsored by tirerack.com, the way tire buying should be. Man, does it blow. The faux NFL games have begun. Just 1 game on the card this entire weekend. That was on Thursday night. And I said in a radio appearance I did on our affiliate in Kansas City with my friend Bob Fesco, I said, listen, I'm going to make it 1 play. And I actually went over that. I made it 5 plays because I forgot to turn the channel. That's 4 more than I expected. But the Hall of Fame game, the highlight, things are going well when the highlight is a 20-minute delay between the 3rd and 4th quarters because the lights went out. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Right there at the south side of that stadium in Columbus, Ohio, lights go out. Darkness retreat style. And then eventually the play resumed, and the Jets, putting their 5th stringers in there, suffered a power outage as the Brownies' 5th stringers managed to do just enough in the second half. They squeezed past New York 21-16 in a practice game opener for both teams. So, if you bet on the Jets favored by 1.5, you lost. You're a loser. You're a loser even if you won and bet on the Browns. The viral moment, though, happened prior to the game on NBC. If you happen to watch, and perhaps not, Chris Sims, the spawn of Phil and a bloviator on different media platforms, Chris Sims was absolutely bludgeoned for his commentary on Deshaun Watson on the pregame coverage. Sims said that the Cleveland Browns quarterback has, quote, knocked the rust off, and you're going to see the old Deshaun Watson that we used to see before he had some issues. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. That last line, before he had some issues. Yeah. Okay. That's the golden quote right there. Sound the bugle. Cue the cavalry. The cavalry are coming. The cavalry are coming. They're on the way. So let us discuss the question. What were your takeaways from Chris Sims being roasted over an open social media platform for his Deshaun Watson take on the pregame? So I've got Needlepoint, Boys Town, and Tim Allen. And we will squeeze all these things together, and we are going to make the Baba Ganoush is what we're going to make. Now, we have been very clear over the last couple of years, the Deshaun Watson story has bounced around our little world, that we are on Team Deshaun Watson is a creep. In fact, if you listen regularly, or even if you don't, if you listen a few times, that we have a nickname for Deshaun Watson, the creepy quarterback. That's the nickname. Now, regardless, though, it was still impressive
to see Outrage Army activated. And they were happy. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. Very excited. This is red meat in the lion's den. So I will tell you that Chris Sims, I don't pay a lot of attention to what he says. I don't really have much value in his opinions, but he gets paid a lot of money. He's pretty good as a firebrand. He's pretty good at what he does. He seems to get a lot of headlines, riles people up. The low information fans go crazy. But this one, red meat in the lion's den. And what he lacks in tact, Sims, he makes up for in the ability to agitate. And my question is, what were the people complaining, expecting Chris Sims to say? Like, were they expecting him to get into the happy baby yoga pose and do a little dance? Is that what they were expecting? Like, NFL broadcasts, has anyone noticed this? They are more filtered than tap water. Okay. All the pregame shows, everyone just laughs at everything. The games themselves, there's no legitimate criticism. And anytime there is, people get aghast when they hear that. But when it comes to issues like Watson fondling every masseuse he could get his hands on, when that stuff and being sued by them all, just about, when that comes up, well, come on. Chris Sims is expected to practice needlepoint. Make a needlepoint pillow. He has to thread a needle. It is a cat and mouse game because anyone that cares to pay attention knows that Deshaun Watson, for the NFL, is a large pus-filled cyst on the NFL's tuchus. That's Deshaun Watson, right? There's no good outcome. Right? You can't root for him. The guy's the highest paid guy. He's an albatross. It's a bad dude, Deshaun Watson. But they have to downplay it on the broadcast because the NFL powers that be pay very close attention. They are a television monstrosity. That's where they make their money. They're a TV powerhouse. And so they have to be careful. Now, turning the page on that. As for the game, the starters for both teams, you know what they were doing? They were working as display case mannequins. They were selling merch for the NFL shop is what they were doing because they weren't playing, and a number of them were in uniform. Now, Zach Wilson, who used to be a starter, I'm old enough to remember when he started, Zach Wilson, the prodigy for the Jets a couple years ago. Respected broadcasters like Jason Smith told me that Zach Wilson would dominate, and just wait. And I waited, for 2 years, and now he's on the outs. So Zach Wilson started this practice game, this exhibition game for the Jets, and he was actually getting a lot of flowers thrown his way on the socials. Why? He completed a 57-yard bomb early in the game. Woohoo! And he attempted 5 passes, completed 3 of them for 65 yards. The moral of the story, when you're Zach Wilson, the bar is very low. It's very low. Now, regardless, the bigger question, will you and I see the Jets bust Zach Wilson get another opportunity to start in the NFL? All right. Now, I am nodding my head. Yes, I am going to be Benny Brightside on this one, not because I believe there'll be some great transformation and metamorphosis from Zach Wilson, because I'm nuts, but I'm not that nuts. But he's a twisted ankle away from old man Rodgers to start. That aside, the better question is, will he get the chance to be a full-time starter, win a job? And I say yes, because Wilson is the classical reclamation project. You think of the boys club model that the NFL has embraced. Father Flanagan, the boys club, right? The tendencies of the NFL teams to overlook actual suckage and say, well, we thought you were going to be good. The projections were you were going to be good coming out of college, so we'll keep giving you chances. It's like the Statue of Liberty's famous quote, right? Give me your tired, your poor, your underachieving, your huddled masses yearning to breathe another chance to make a lot of money and play. Someone down the line, and likely sooner than later, will give him a look-see. If Rodgers makes it through the year relatively unscathed, he will not start all the games. But if Rodgers makes it through the majority of the year and then is going to come back again, the Jets will say goodbye at that point to Zach Wilson. Now, the last word here. We go to Tampa. We move away from the Browns and the Jets. We go to Tampa. Baker Mayfield, who was considered by all to be the chalk horse, the leader in the pack to steer the pirate ship there in Tampa. However, maybe not. The Buccaneers offensive coordinator, Dave Canales, laying it on thick. Smoochy for Kyle Trask, the other quarterback. Did you see this? Yeah, now he said that Baker Mayfield got off to a better start, he implied there at the beginning of camp, but Canales then pivoted, singing the praises of Kyle Trask, who was in Tampa as the caddy to Tom Brady, among others, last year. He said, the Bucs offensive coordinator, that Kyle Trask is stretching the field with his arm, getting the ball out quickly, making decisions. Okay. A lot of mumbo-jumbo. So let's talk about this quickly. How is the forecast looking for Baker Mayfield in Tampa based on parsing the words in this quote? So I will go first here. The forecast for Baker Mayfield, cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Because if Baker can't beat out Kyle Trask, at that moment, you've already been fired by the Panthers. You were let go by the Rams. They didn't really want to bring you back. And so he should consider changing careers. And may I recommend that if this doesn't work out with the Bucs and he ends up in purgatory, he should replace Tim Allen. They can do a remake of his character, Tim Taylor. Tool time. Why not? And we know he's got the skills, right? We know from experience that he is a jack-of-all-trades handyman at home with Baker Mayfield. I learned when he played for the Browns that Baker is able to replace smoke detector batteries. Very good at that. If you need him to check the circuit breaker, he's good at that. Plumbing issues, he can straighten that out. He knows the plumber to call. If you have a big, raging, messy party, he can clean all that up. And he's diversified because he's also able to be part of the book club. So I learned all of that when he played for the Cleveland Browns. I didn't learn that he was any good as a quarterback. I just learned his skills as a handyman. So I'm saying there's a future there if the NFL thing does not work out, like the playing part of it for the Buccaneers does not work out.